Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura and today we are doing a pick a plant tarot reading and we're going to be diving into your next steamy encounter. So what I need you to do is simply sit back, relax, take a deep breath and ask the universe, your higher self, whomever, what will my next steamy encounter look like? And once you've done so, take a look at all three plants on screen and select whichever one you feel most drawn to. Now, I will say normally in my readings, it doesn't matter if you're drawn to more than one group, you can watch through both of them. But in this particular reading, in retrospect, after filming the readings, I feel like this is one where you just want to pick one group. You can certainly watch the other ones and see what resonates with you and what doesn't resonate with you. Keep in mind, this is a general reading. But pick one group, not necessarily which plant looks the prettiest or which is your favorite, but the one that your eye keeps being drawn back to that you keep looking at. Now, I want to remind you guys, I don't normally do readings like this, okay? I don't normally talk about 18 plus things on this channel, so this video will not be monetized, and I put a lot of work towards filming this, so I would really appreciate all of the likes, subscribes, but if you want to go above and beyond and support the channel, you can leave a donation in the links to that is in the description box, or you can go to my website spiritpsychic.org and get yourself an intention oil that are handcrafted by me, psychic readings, and I also offer spiritual life coaching sessions there that are sort of framed around channeling and psychic readings. So if you are interested in getting any of those and you want to support the channel and me, that would be amazing. Thank you guys so much. I'm so grateful for all of you who are here, the community we have here. It's wonderful, and your support means the world to me. Okay, so I just wanted to put that out there, and go ahead and enjoy your reading. Hello, group number one, and welcome. Let's dive into your reading. I am so excited. We're going to see what your next romantic, your next spicy encounter is going to look like. So we have these cards and astro dice here in the middle, which will represent the event overall. And then on each side, it's going to represent a person. One side is going to be you, and the other side is going to be the other person. Now, I'm well aware that your next romantic encounter for some of you may involve more than one person, and that's fine, but we're just going to focus on two people. Okay, and that's that. So we have side A or group one, side one, whatever you want to call it, and then person B, person two, person whatever. You're going to listen to your own intuition and determine which side is you and which side is the person that you are meeting up with next. Some of you may already know who this person is, others of you may not. Really listen to your intuition, listen to your gut, okay? Now, a few of you will find yourself on both sides here, and that just means that the person that you'll be meeting up with next is going to be very similar to you or mirroring you. You may even have a long history with them for some of you. So let's dive into it. Where do I even want to start? Let's start over here. Person A, they are being represented by, oh my god, Kairos. I have to read this from the book because this is one of those weird cards from the archetype deck, and I'm noticing that big, beautiful eye. So person A clearly has beautiful eyes. Let's see what person B is being represented by, what their archetype is. We have the Destroyer, okay, with the number 23. That may be significant. Okay, the 23rd of month may be when this is happening, or this person may be 23 for some of you, or they may have been born on the 23rd of a month, or you could have met them in 2023. There's a lot of different meanings for that, but don't force anything. We also have the number 50, 60, 76, 76 coming up for you, so the number 76 may be significant as well. I'm going to read both of these from the book because, to be quite honest with you, I do not know what Kairos is all about. So it's also known as mythic time and synchronicity. This is the archetype of person A here. We have all had the experience of timelessness, of life beyond the ticking of the clock. It may be felt as time standing still, slow motion, or losing track of time in a walk or a lovely conversation. I love this. All right, I already love this energy because person A is going to get so lost in the present moment, which is amazing. Also, person A, I feel like maybe a lot of you, I'm just picking that up intuitively because you have a very spiritual based card, and I can already tell that person A may be highly, highly intuitive and spiritual. And obviously a lot of people who are like that are also drawn into tarot readings. So I'm just saying, okay? Yeah. This is known as mythic time, and there is a secondary time continuum that goes beyond any earthly clocks or schedules. Within this non-linear realm, we access divine timing. A single moment ripens with auspiciousness, and our actions change the trajectory of our whole life. Time becomes a living thing that watches over us and tells us precisely when to speak or act. When this card appears, it is all about patience and precision. No clock can guide you. Wait for the rush of inner knowing and not a moment longer. Okay, I'm getting edging. It's giving edging. Okay. If you don't know what that is, look it up. I'm not going to explain it to you. Okay. So I actually love that. Person A is going to get lost in the moment, and I feel like there's somebody who really does oftentimes get lost in the present moment, which is amazing. Okay. Now let's read about person B. Their archetype is the destroyer, also known as the savage, the unexpected, or the rejected. The destroyer, the final of the 3 archetypes in the trio of existence. I believe that is Lord Shiva, correct? If you practice Hinduism, please let me know. Actually, I've been working with Lord Shiva a lot recently, like a lot. I literally, just before this reading, had on the mantra Om Namah Shivaya, and oh my god, let me tell you guys, a little story break for anyone who's into working with deities. It's been crazy. I've been working with him / her for like less than a week, and everything in my life broke. Literally, like the microphone that I was using broke. This is a brand new microphone, literally the first time I'm using it for group number 1. My tripod broke, my computer broke, my furnace broke, and for those of you who don't own a house, a furnace costs over $10,000. So yeah, it's very fun. I lost a friend who sucked anyways, but you know, crazy stuff. Anyways, I'm totally going off on a tangent. The destroyer, the final of the 3 archetypes in the trio of existence, has necessary yet painful work to do in the world. Culturally, we have an aversion to endings, and we hang on to the permanence as a signifier of success. Yet the destroyer pulls the rug out from underneath relationships, jobs, homes, and all forms of security. It's the part of us that wants things to end. Its painful orientation is to uncover our true purpose. The destroyer does not let us linger long in comforts, as it knows not much happens in that realm. With its piercing eyes, it seeks out stagnancy from a distance, and the rest becomes history. In the old myths, this is the moment when heads begin to roll, the ground opens up, and castles crumble. Hold on for the ride. The destroyer has arrived. Okay, really interesting. Really interesting. I think that's divine timing, in fact, that this card came out, you know, as I was telling you, I've been working with Shiva, the god of destruction. And I actually feel, I was getting the message here that a lot of you who selected group number 1, I feel like you're on this side here of Kairos. You could be on this side, of course, but I feel like everyone who selected group number 1, you probably act as some sort of bridge. I feel like you guys are the really, really, really deep spiritual people, mediums, psychics, shamans, high priestesses, etc. And even if you aren't, hear me out. The spiritual realms are mirrors of what goes on in the physical realm, and vice versa. Okay, so if we want to change something in our physical world, we could journey, we could travel to the spiritual worlds and make a change there in order to bring about change here in the physical, and vice versa. And I feel this very interesting message here that group number 1, it feels like there's some sort of deity or spirit that has a close relationship with you at this time, whether you're consciously aware of it or not. I feel like many of you are consciously aware of it, and they are sort of manifesting themselves through someone here in the physical realm, and that is going to be the person that you're essentially hooking up with next. That your next romantic encounter is involved with, okay? And that could be any deity. You know, I've dated and befriended plenty of people who really had strong archetypes of different deities or elementals, things like that. Like I once dated this guy who was literally just riddled with Hermes energy. Like everything about him, past, present, future, was just Hermes energy. Every single career he involved himself in involved some sort of travel, transportation, communication, things like that. I'm like, and I was working heavily with Hermes at the time, and I literally asked Hermes, I'm like, you should just like manifest yourself into this physical reality and just, you know, date me. Some of y'all, if you're not like really far out there, you might be looking at me like I have like 10 heads right now, and I apologize. You're just gonna have to vibe with it. This is what this channel is all about. And so yeah, I feel like there is a spiritual element here. Now guys, I also want to warn you, when I say like, oh, there's like a deity or a spirit guiding this next encounter, this doesn't mean you have to worship this person. In fact, I would highly recommend not doing that, okay? People are people at the end of the day. Treat everyone equally. I even recommend treating deities, higher beings, equally as well, okay? Lower beings, a blade of grass, a plant, an animal, we're all on the same level here, guys. All right, we're all the same thing. We're just different fragments of the same thing. So nobody's better than anybody. Try not to idolize whoever this person is during this encounter. Anyways, let's dive into it. We're already getting way too deep. All right, person A is being represented by the swan. Look at all that blue energy, blue and white, very, very graceful. You know, I feel like person A has definitely come here to heal the world, improve the world. I know this isn't like me trying to read into the both of you. This is literally supposed to be just talking about your next encounter, your next romantic encounter. But I gotta say, like, whoever person A is, they are definitely here for the higher purpose of helping heal the world, or like they have natural healing tendencies. The swan is one of the most emotionally intelligent animals in this deck, and it's very graceful. It's also water element, so a little moist, a little wet. So I have that. There's a lot of messages coming through here. We got wetness, we got edging. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be able to monetize this video. But yeah, I feel like person A, the swan person, the Kairos person, is definitely gonna be open to deep emotional chats and really getting to know the destroyer person, person B. Okay, they're being represented by, oh my gosh, the octopus. Wow, you guys are on the same vibration, same wavelength. The octopus is also a water animal, which is fantastic, and you're both highly, highly intelligent. I feel like there is an element of having deeper conversations here, and I see that in your astro dice as well. I was gonna, wait for later for this, but you have Uranus in Sagittarius in the 10th house. Uranus with 2 water elements and everything that's coming through, like, you guys, your energy, let me tell you, you are just really spiritually connected. The veil is very thin or completely non-existent for you. Like, you completely recognize who you are as a soul, why you came here, etc. You may even recognize why this person's here. They could have a similar vibe to you, even if they're not spiritually inclined. Because I do feel like the destroyer person over here, they could be, but also I could see them not being spiritually inclined. However, one thing's for sure, they are extremely intelligent. And they can keep up with you conversationally for sure, okay? You're both extremely intelligent, and you both get it, So I love that. I do wonder, person B here gives off some vibes of, I don't know if they're going to school or they're extremely well educated, or just incredibly intelligent over here, okay? I mean, you are too. I feel like you're this side, so sorry if you're not, but both very intelligent people, but their job or what they're studying may involve things like numbers or science. A lot of brain power is what I'm seeing, okay? And you could have that as well. I feel like this side, the left side, person A, may be in more healing arts or creative works or some sort of helping profession. And person B over here, they could also be in that, but I am, for some reason, seeing more like logic, science, math, numbers. And it's beautiful because I feel like this unity that's going on here, this connection, is like spirituality meets science. They're the 2 sides of the same coin. And wow, I'm getting a really deep message here. That I have never channeled this message in my life, but it is coming through in this reading, okay? Every time people, like make love, share their bodies together. It's a blending, it's a merging of energies. But I'm not seeing, oh my gosh, this is a crazy message. That's obvious for a lot of people, they take a little bit of your energy, you take a little bit of their energy, but I'm seeing there's like a higher purpose for this next encounter as well. Not only is it on a personal 3D level that you're exchanging energies, but I feel like this is a blending of science and spirituality with you too, with your unity. Okay. So a lot of you watching are probably this highly spiritual person. And I wonder if this person that you are meeting is extremely scientific. They may not even believe in spirituality and all that. They could, but they feel very logic driven, numbers driven, proof driven. And I feel like in this higher spiritual realms, like your higher selves are also blending here and doing the world a service with this physical encounter, because you are helping blend and bridge the gap, the wedge that has been placed between science and spirituality on a collective level. That is insane. Like, this unity isn't just, a fun thing for you guys to do. Spiritually, this feels a little bit contracted. And you're not just merging your personal energies together, you're merging, two things that have been very much gapped and had a huge wedge in it for the collective for hundreds of years. So that's crazy. And I do see that gap closing. It does feel collectively like, it's going in the right direction, because I was picking up the message, just generally speaking, for the next hundreds of years. That gap between science and spirituality will continue to close. It was put there by certain religious groups, we won't get into it, who sort of like colonized and destroyed a lot of indigenous spirituality on all continents: Europe, North America, South America, Africa, Asia, etc. And I feel that gap is sort of closing in the next hundreds of years, like I said, and a lot of people will be returning back to healthy spiritual roots, indigenous spiritual roots, ancestral spiritual roots, and leaving behind some more organized, I don't even want to say spirituality, organized religions that separate people from true, genuine spirituality and connection. I'm not saying religion's bad, but that's just what I see is happening. Wow, I am talking so much in your guys' reading. I am babbling and babbling. This is showing me that you guys are going to be having long discussions like this. And that's what I was trying to say with the astro dice, with Uranus, Sagittarius, 10th house. Like, you guys are going to be talking a lot the next time you meet, about philosophy, about spirituality, like really deep stuff, which is fantastic. I love meeting people who I can just talk to nonstop. But you're gonna have different perspectives, but you'll get each other. So that's really awesome. I love that. Okay, moving on. We're gonna get your tarot card. I wanted to pull one giant Rider-Waite-Smith tarot card for each of you to just see where you're at generally in life or like with each other. Oh my God. Person A, who I know a lot of you are, you got the devil. Are you kidding me? This is my one card that's like sexual, okay? And we had that message on your side, okay, of, wetness and edging and all of this. So whoever person A is here, I don't know if you haven't gotten any in a while. I don't know if you're just a little overactive in the sensual department, but there's some stuff going on over here. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention with Uranus. I felt intuitively when I rolled the astro dice before I started filming, with Uranus coming out, that this next romantic encounter, you guys may be trying things that are more like new to you or new to the other person, maybe a little kinky, like, something you aren't super duper comfortable with. You may have dabbled into it before, but like you're going like harder with it. Oh my God. The devil card really represents, I always say it represents anything that like a strict religious person would just absolutely hate and like clutch their pearls over, so anything fun, really. This may not be a normal missionary style meeting. Okay, let's just put it that way, What's that one Rihanna song? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but chains and whips excite me. Oh my gosh. All right. Anyways, I'm moving on. Y'all are freaks. Okay. Person B is the Queen of Wands. Beautiful. I do wonder, this is a random message. I do wonder where you're going to be at, if there's going to be cats there or a lot of like houseplants, something like that. What's funny? I was actually feeling person B more in like the masculine energy. And obviously there's a lot of like LGBTQIA plus people here. You don't have to have typical gender heterosexual norms here, but if person B is in fact a man, I feel like having the Queen of Wands come up shows that they absolutely adore and like worship person A, which is amazing. Wands are also extremely passionate and known to be like quite phallic. So even if person B, man, woman, non-binary, I don't care what your genders are, person B is like really, really, really turned on by person A. Person A is just turned on by the wind blowing a certain direction. So I love this for you both. This seems really good. I like it. And this is a Queen of Wands, not a page, not a knight. Like person A here must really appear to like have their life together. They're giving like warm, charismatic, very talkative, maybe a little bit bubbly, funny, could be an entrepreneur, some sort of leader in the world. And person B is just like, in awe of all of that. And I think that's why the Queen of Wands is coming out for them. Now, they also embody their own Queen of Wands energy as well, which is very passionate. They might be well-traveled as well. I don't know why I feel guided to say some of you guys may be of different cultures or something like that, which is fascinating to person B in particular. I think they're turned on by your differences, whatever those differences may be, but beautiful. Okay, moving on. Person A, we have enjoyment. Yeah, they're certainly enjoying themselves, or you're enjoying yourselves. That's, we didn't need a psychic to say that. Striving and pushing makes life into endless hard work. The more you're inviting love to take over, the more enjoyment comes. Allow me to enjoy this life, dear Lord. Okay, I think person A here, what is going to be on your mind during this next romantic encounter, I feel, is like you're going to try to remind yourself periodically to just receive, to just enjoy, to just sit back. Because I think person A may naturally be quite a giver. Okay, and at times, that like I think periodically throughout this, if you're person A, you're gonna have to remind yourself like, okay, let me just sit back and receive. Let me just like enjoy this for what it is. Stop trying to rush to the finish line, or it's like with Kairos especially, you're trying to get to a point where you just lose your sense of time and you just like fall into this complete and utter present state being where you like lose yourself in pleasure, and sort of it's like an almost spiritual experience for person A to enter this Kairos state in a state of lust and connection. So that's really cool. I like the way that person A views sensuality and their mindset going into this. It's really, really cool. And I think compared to a lot of people, they truly know how to enjoy themselves and like lose themselves in that feeling, which is an incredible turn on to person B. Like just watching person A lose themselves in this excitement, this pleasure, this enjoyment, like it's fantastic. But the Kairos person, the reason why they have to like sometimes remind themselves to let themselves receive is because I don't know why, their mind is like super focused on making sure that the other person is being treated equally fair, that they're enjoying it. They're just a natural giver, a natural healer. So that sort of thought process is constantly on their mind, and they need to recognize that person B literally gets enjoyment just by watching person A get enjoyment. So beautiful. Okay, we have compassion coming from person B. As you pray each day for a greater compassion, a new self is born, drawing new people and experiences. Dear Lord, help me feel ever deepening self-acceptance. May I see myself as you see me. I feel like, I don't know why, I feel like person B, what's sort of going to be on the back of their mind during all of this is I don't know if they are dealing with a little bit, it feels like a little bit of maybe some body issues or like self-esteem issues. And I'm getting the message, person B, for a lot of people, they may have recently gone through some sort of like change within their body. Maybe they gained a little bit of weight. Maybe, you know, they have like gray hair coming. I don't know. There's something here though that I'm seeing. They may be a little tiny bit, I don't know, just feeling weird over, like not feeling their super confident self. So I feel like during this experience, they're going to try to remind themselves to, you know, embrace who they are and like let it all hang out and find that very attractive. And out of everyone on this planet, I feel like person A is not the type of person to judge someone based off of like tiny little things that we perceive as flaws. And the only reason we perceive them as flaws is because society, social media, all of that tells us that we need to look a certain way. And, you know, person A is definitely not one to judge. Okay. In fact, I think they find the qualities that person B is insecure about very, very, very attractive. Anyways, another thing that I just picked up on, I'm noticing the eyes here in the archetype. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of eye contact, or like you both may have something about your eyes, like either they're like deep and piercing, beautiful coloration to your eyes, or it's just like the way you do your eye makeup, or there's something about both of your eyes that the other finds attractive. Maybe you have really big eyes, maybe, you know, they're beautifully shaped. I don't know. There's something there about that. There could also be like a glasses thing. If anyone has like a thing for glasses and the other person wears glasses, something about the eyes that you both find attractive on each other. So that is a mutual attraction there. All right, moving on to your energy oracle. You have the 5th chakra and the temple path in reverse. Yeah, I'm even saying you, assuming you're person A. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Person A is going to be a little chatty Cathy. And like, even I, tuning into your energies here, feel like I'm just rambling on about random stuff. And look at all that blue energy in person A. And then, of course, the 5th chakra, the throat chakra came out, which shows a lot of talking. Okay. I'm also seeing that person A finds something really, really, really attractive about person B's voice. Okay, so they could be either like a good singer, they could have like a radio voice, as my mom calls it. They could have an accent, something like that. Like person A is so attracted to person B's voice, or even just like what they're saying, how they talk, how they communicate. Maybe they're funny, maybe they have a lot of interesting things to say, especially with the octopus coming out here. Person A finds person B fascinating when they talk. When they open their mouth, it's like, ah. But also I feel like person A is just gonna be talkative in general as well. And then we have the temple path in reverse. Okay. What this is telling me is that I feel like person A may not necessarily know what they want from this person or this interaction. So there is that. I mean, I'm not going to use the word confusion, because confusion sounds too strong for person A. It's just more so like, yeah, I'm just trying to lose myself in the moment and have fun in the moment. I don't think person A is overthinking or thinking too deeply into like, what are we? Where is this going? Or like, overthinking the moment either. So it's just kind of like here, there, everywhere. I don't know. Person B's energy is the 6th chakra in reverse. Okay, yeah, this actually confirms what I was picking up on earlier. For a lot of you guys, person B, whoever this is, they're not necessarily spiritually aware and awakened. They feel more scientific. They feel more logic driven. And a lot of you guys, like, you guys feel like sexual soulmates almost. Like, there's so much passion between you guys. And again, we had that message here of like, there's much more healing that does take place in your union on a spiritual level than you realize. And just because you're a spiritual person does not necessarily mean that you only need to interact with spiritually awakened people. Okay. In fact, like I was saying earlier, everyone's equal and everyone has something very interesting to teach us or show us. And through this physical union, you are somehow, some way helping bridge the gap between science and spirituality. And I think you have a deep admiration and respect for each other's perspectives. And I don't think either of you try to change how you view things in life, which is so beautiful. So I do want to say that though, person B, this confirmed what I was saying earlier. They may not be a spiritually awakened individual. In fact, person B feels like they may be, at this time, what spirit is guiding them to work on has nothing to do with necessarily waking up spiritually, but it's more so having to do with their mind and literally like mental matters, perhaps involving their job or studies or whatever, but also like mastering their emotions. So spirituality is kind of irrelevant to person B and their path right now. That's fine. Like, spirit, the universe, guides us all on our own unique life path. And you could be a complete atheist and still fulfill your life's mission, your life path. I mean, has nothing to do with anything, guys. And I feel like a lot of us spiritually awakened people who watch things like tarot readings, one of the early side effects of a spiritual awakening for a lot of us is having a little bit of an ego, and maybe viewing ourselves as more awakened, like better than people who are not awakened to this stuff. Where was I going with that? I feel like if this is a more longer term connection or relationship, like there's history here, that may have been a fear in your mind, or like, oh, I don't know if I could see myself long term with someone who doesn't have the same beliefs as me. But I feel like Spirit just keeps saying that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. And that doesn't make you guys not work out really well. That doesn't make you guys not like either a good couple or good friends with benefits or whatever the heck this is. And I just saw 28 on the timer to confirm that message for you guys. And I feel like you're both sort of waking up to that, and you both respect each other, which is great. I love that, honestly. And we have happy family in reverse coming out for person B as well. I'm actually really curious now, the more I'm reading into this, into how you guys know each other. Happy family in reverse. I mean, why do I get the feeling? Why do I get the feeling that some of you guys are exes? We're going to pull some tarot, okay? I don't know what you are yet, but that happy family card, I'm not going to say anything about it, but having it come out in reverse, I'm very curious. Very curious. I also wonder if person B lives far away from their family. Anyways, we're going to get Lover's Oracle for both of you as well. And then we're going to dive into the tarot. Oh, we're going to dive into this and then the tarot. So many cards. Okay, person A. Wow. Of course, that's the card that comes out for person A. You hornballs. Sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul. For there you will find true bliss. Wow. Person A is just having a full-blown spiritual experience from this connection. Like, when you find yourself in this Kairos energy where time doesn't exist and it's just the melding of your souls, your bodies, your everything, you are going to merge your souls together despite the fact that you guys may be so different. It's like you're different, but you're very similar at the same time. It's very interesting. Wow. Actually, I just got the message for some of you, you may be really different. Like there may be like either like an age gap, different ethnicities, different places of the world, completely different viewpoints on things, but one thing that makes you guys great is a mutual respect for those differences and a mutual interest in those differences. And I feel like it's in the sensual space where all of that melts away and you just become one unified being anyways. And I feel like that's why I said earlier, you guys might be like sexual soulmates, because this is just beautiful. And I think the key here, the lesson here, if you're going to take this relationship to the next level or continue taking it on a forward momentum on your journey with you, is trying to find that timeless unity even outside of these sensual experiences. So person B has soulmate. Oh, soulmate keeps coming out. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. I do feel like you guys are on some level soulmates. Now, when I use the word soulmate, I want to clarify that I believe that there are many soulmates for us in the world. Friends, pets, family, lovers as well. Multiple romantic soulmates for most of us. And I do feel like whoever this person is, they are one of your soulmates for sure. Okay, so beautiful stuff there. All right, we're going to see what's happening in the middle here. This is going to represent the next time you meet and the overall energy, all that. So the archetype of this moment is, of course, it's another weird one. Alethea. All right, we're going to have to read about this because these are the ones like I can't just spew off the top of my mind. It's like in Latin, or I think that's Latin. I'm pretty sure that's Latin. Okay. Truth. Our soul recognizes the truth. When someone speaks it, a cool wave of relief washes over the room and all the facts and figures in the world fall by the wayside. Such is the power of aletheia. It has an undeniable resonance that goes beyond the rational. We can also recognize aletheia by its contagiousness. When we hear someone speak the truth, we see the truth within ourselves and are more likely to tell our own story. The aletheia card requires us to step towards an act of truth. That may look like a conversation, a gesture, a poetic act, or a ritual that honors the unveiling of what's been concealed. Reclaiming your own truth is a way to reclaim your vital energy, health, and sense of belonging in the world. Truth has its own wings. Set it free. I love that. I really do love that. And with the 5th chakra as well, there's going to be a lot of truths shared between you two during this next meeting. And I am like, oh wait, I started shuffling the tarot. We still have one more card. Mama Moon. Oh my gosh, the new moon in Virgo. A time to give rather than take. I feel like this is going to be a unity, like a romantic meetup where you're both so focused on pleasing each other. And those are some of the best, like, you know, meetups. All right. Anyways, it's like you both want to heal each other, be of service to each other. There's something about person B though. I'm looking at person B. There's something about that. I think they're not saying something here. And I don't mean that in like a shisty way. I think person B, and this is just a little inclination. Oh my God, that just confirmed my inclination. Oh my God. I was literally just about to say, I think that person B has deeper feelings. And as I was having that thought, the 10 of Cups came out. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Why do I get the weird feeling? Like some of you guys watching are like exes or something, or maybe you're not like fully in a relationship yet. There's deeper feelings here though. If you're already in a long-term relationship with this person, I do want to say like you guys may have had some issues with happy family in reverse. Like you may have had personal issues. And this unity and just, I don't know, it like brings back the good energy. Really interesting. But for the majority of you, I don't think you're with this person like long-term in a committed thing. It feels like there may have been a misunderstanding in the past. Maybe you broke up in the past. Maybe you couldn't really fully get along in the past. And I think you both did some healing and evolving and respect each other now. I feel like person A may have in the past doubted their compatibility with someone who does not have the same way of viewing things as them. And person B here, I mean, they could have had their own mental health issues sort of make them not ready or emotionally available for a relationship at the time. But I kind of feel like that's changing a little bit. We have the 10 of Wands in reverse. Okay, so there is, I want to say, presently quite a bit of stress, like in someone's life or both of your lives right now. For example, person B might be like finishing up like a degree or finishing up a huge transition or something with their job or lawsuit. Something really big that is very stressful seems to be going on for one of the people there and one of the people here. For some reason, it feels like person B, although I think you guys do mirror each other a little bit. Person A, I want to say, you did have the Devil card come out, which yes, was very horny, but I also feel like person A may need to settle down a little bit in life. And by that, I mean like maybe I feel like person A, they feel like a light worker. And, of course, light workers, you said to the universe, like, I want to be light in this world. Well, guess what? Light is needed when there's darkness. So person A may attract a lot of freaking weirdos or people who just are drama. Okay. And so I feel like person A needs to not do that anymore. Learn how to not do that, or learn how to handle the waves of life a little bit better. And I feel like you are. I feel like they are. And I feel like person B needs to get their mental health under control, their stress levels under control. And I feel like they are working towards that. So that's beautiful. I love that you're both making progress in that. Let's see. 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, you're both working really hard towards your career. And I do see that in the 10th house coming out. You will be talking about your career or studies with each other when you meet up, of course. Queen of Swords, you both really seem single right now. I'm going to be honest. If you're in a long-term relationship with each other, I would be very, very shocked. you're both like cultivating your own independence. Oh my gosh, the Lovers, confirmation, y'all are soulmates. Y'all are soulmates. And look at that. In this particular deck, like they really went out of their way to show that these two are completely different. It's an interracial pairing here. Like I was saying earlier, you guys may be of different backgrounds, cultures, ethnicities, something like that. And, you know, according to practical societal norms, you know, you may not be compatible, but your souls are compatible. That's the thing. It doesn't matter if your skin color is different. It doesn't matter if your religions are different. It doesn't matter. This, that, the third is different. You know, when you guys are alone together, it feels magical. It feels timeless. You lose track of time. It's beautiful. And it's just like the real world stressors and things like that. Really, that's what gets in the way of this relationship, which is just so tragic. But I feel like your souls are stronger. Anyways, this feels a little deeper than just a physical meeting. This feels a lot deeper than a physical meeting. This is a soul meeting. You guys are doing healing work on the planet by unifying, which is beautiful. I love that. We had the sun flip out in reverse. There's an element here of like, we could be so much happier after the stressful period is over. So fascinating. I wonder if there's like someone here who's waiting for either a promotion or to graduate or something, so that way they're less stressed, or they'll have more space in their life. For this Five of Pentacles, money issues may be something that also kept you guys apart, at least emotionally in the past. Really, really interesting. This is great. I kind of ship you guys. Do people still say that? Ship? We used to say that when I was like in middle school or high school. Like, oh my gosh, I ship them. Meaning like it's two people who should be a couple. They should be together. I'm kind of here for it. Oh my gosh. And I saw the Ace of Wands sort of flip over and flip back. Very, very sensual card. We have the World reversed. Yeah, that's confirming what we're saying. And it popped out right on top of that Ten of Wands reversed. Yeah. I feel like there's not a lot of time or space or resources for you two to meet up a lot at this time, or, you know, to really give each other what you both deserve. It feels like you're both doing your own thing, working through your own karma or problems, challenges in life at this time. But that's beautiful. I love it so much. I just want you guys to like unite and like be in a bigger relationship. Don't chase it. I don't think you are chasing each other though. I feel like you're both acknowledging like, yeah, it's just not the right time for that. Like we're both working on like growing our finances, getting our careers off the ground, or like going through some sort of big transition in life, you know, settling our debts, settling our emotions, whatever. I love this. I love this. Okay. I'm going to finish off with some messages from the romance angels for you guys. You know, what does the romance angels have to say about this next romantic meeting? Oh, it says, let your friends help you. And I'm almost seeing this as, some of you guys, I don't know if you guys are the same way. I don't know if you like adorn your body or like scrub yourself and like really I don't know if you have like a how do I put this? A pre-meetup ritual where you like treat yourself as divinity and, you know, like, I don't know if you guys are into shaving, like shaving your whole body or like waxing or anointing yourself with my goddess energy intention oil. I'm seeing something like that. It says, ask for and accept support from others. I do wonder if some of you guys will actually be meeting up because one of you may ask for a favor from the other, or the day that you guys are supposed to meet up. I wonder if one of you are doing a favor for one of your friends. I know that's really specific, but we also have let go of control issues, allow the situation to unfold naturally. Yeah, and I feel like person A actually kind of needs to hear that a little bit. Person A may be so used to like manifesting things, but Spirit's saying, you know, why don't we just be comfortable, not knowing for now and just seeing where this goes. Like just focus on yourself, focus on, you know, the things in your life that need healing and growing. Like you're not perfect either. And, you know, there are things in your life that should take priority over relationships. both of you. So, let's just go with the flow, see where things go, not really have a plan here. Let's just follow these feelings. These feelings are real. They're worth exploring. That's literally a saying on one of these cards. Watch that card come out. But yeah, all right, let's see. Anything else, romance angels? Anything else for group number 1? Okay, we have 1 card. I don't know why. I want another one. I want 4 cards for you guys. There you go. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Yeah, this feels very lighthearted. It feels very fun. I feel like there is more love and fun experiences to be discovered with this person in the future. I don't think this is going to be the last time that you meet them, for sure, with the sun coming out in reverse right next to the lovers, Some of you guys may be in a temporary period of separation while you focus on yourselves and growing yourselves. And once you get to a certain vibration, reunification may happen. What else? We have religious factors. Exactly, guys. I was picking up on this so hard. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. You know what? This card comes out so rarely. I actually want to read it for you guys. This is what I was saying. Like, you may have very, very, very different perspectives on things like spirituality, and you may have internally in the past felt like that was going to be a huge block for you. This card reveals that religion and spirituality are subtle but important factors in your love life. Perhaps you're looking for a relationship with a partner who shares your spiritual beliefs. If so, this card comes to you as guidance to seek your new partner at the church, temple, or meeting place associated with your faith. If you're currently with a partner who isn't spiritually minded or whose beliefs differ markedly from your own, you may feel dissatisfied. You may also be influenced by family traditions that expect you to marry within your own culture or religion. Not even just family stuff. I mean, like me personally as well. I actually kind of resonate with group number 1. I resonate with you guys because it may be like a subconscious thing going on within you where, you may not necessarily judge anyone based off of their religion or lack of spiritual faith and belief. But if you're thinking like that, like you may think to yourself, oh, subconsciously, like I need to be with someone who I can really share that with. And let me tell you, like you're never going to find a partner who is 110% compatible with you. Like, you're never going to find the one. There's no such thing as a perfect person in this world. We're all different. We all have our differences. And you have to decide, which differences are too great for you to live with versus what differences are fine and okay to deal with. Okay, the romance angels are helping you address the issue, and they ask you to remain true to yourself during the process. Decide which factors you will and won't accept in your relationship. Yep. And what your priorities are for your partner. For instance, it's possible that your love interest may live the spiritual principles that you find important, for example, forgiveness, charity, kindness, and the like, without having the same religious affiliation you do. And that's what I was saying earlier, guys. You guys do not share a mindset. However, remember I was saying, like, you both respect each other. You both want to learn more from each other. Those are like foundational principles and morals and character that you can't create in someone. So even if you have a different way of viewing things, if those foundational traits are the same, this has potential. The angels remind you that your partner, like everyone, is a holy child of God, or universe, or spirit, whatever you want to call it. Everyone is spiritual in truth because everyone is spirit. Although it's not up to you to change your partner to match your spiritual path, your affirmations, prayers, and visualizations can have a positive influence on both of you and your relationship. That's what I was trying to explain earlier. Now, oh my God, it's all coming together. Person B, I felt spirit saying, like, it's not necessarily their path to be spiritual or religious. The universe, spirit, is guiding them to work on other things to bring them closer to their spirit, like mental health and more logical, scientific things, Everyone is on their own completely different spiritual path in life. And we look back at person A, they had the temple path in reverse. And this card literally represents like all the twists and turns and very unique way that we get to, back home within ourselves, back into our enlightenment, back into our own soul, our own skin, And in reverse here, I feel like person A, very low key, had some concerns about the differences between person A and B. So yeah, your angels are coming through to acknowledge those differences, and they're saying, listen, like, decide very clearly if these are differences that you can live with or you can't live with, because we're trying to evolve and ascend this connection, whether that's you guys separating and finding people more compatible, or fully and radically accepting each other for who you are without trying to change each other. Let go of control issues about that, so that your higher selves, your two souls, can merge and blend with each other. So I hope that made sense. Thank you guys so much for joining me. What a great reading. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below. I want to hear all the tea. Okay, who is this to you? What's the scoop? What's the deal? And subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Remember to get yourself an intention oil from my website, spiritpsychic.org, or a personal reading or spiritual life coaching sessions there. Remember, this video is not being monetized, so all of your support helps me tremendously and will help me feel inspired to make more videos like this in the future, if that's what you want. Okay, thank you guys. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 2, and welcome. Let's see what your next romantic encounter will entail. I just want to start off by saying that the energy, the vibe that I'm getting is so different from group number 1. You guys feel a lot more relaxed, a lot more chill. So I do wonder if some of you during this next romantic encounter, if you're going to like a tea house, having tea together, smoking a little ganj, doing something relaxing, or even just like staying in, relaxing, massage, therapy, something like that together. Okay, it feels like the intention, the energy between the both of you is very, very relaxed, which is awesome. And this will be a great time to de-stress. So how this is going to work is the center here is going to read into your next encounter, like just overall. And then both sides is going to represent a person. One side's going to be you, and you're going to have to listen to your intuition to discern which side is you and which side is the other person. Now, some of you may feel yourself in both sides, and that is totally fine. That can just mean that you're both mirroring each other, which is common if you've known each other for a while, or maybe you're just really similar. So we're going to dive into it. Person A, let's see what their archetype is. They are being represented by the temple in reverse. Okay, this is what it looks like upright. And I'm going to read this from the booklet. The number 39 may be significant. So one of you guys may be 39, or the number 39 just may be popping up somewhere in your life. And let's see what this archetype is all about. All right. It's also known as the sanctuary, the shrine, and the altar. When we think of the temple, we often envision an architectural structure in a far-off land. We are quick to distance ourselves from the sacred, assuming that we must expend much effort in order to arrive there. Yet the temple is a universal and omnipresent energy, accessible in the highest and lowest, richest and poorest of places. Visiting the temple may be as simple as stepping into the dappled light of the forest, slowly and sensuously kissing a lover, okay, or closing your eyes to travel inward. This card is a call to re-examine what you pay homage to and what you reject. What do you spend your time worshiping? Your phone, money, material things? What barriers do you draw between yourself and the sacred? Perhaps there is room on your altar for something new, something surprising. Offer it to the heavens. Okay. I feel like the song Take Me to Church just popped in my head. Take me to church and I worship like... I feel like person A in this connection at times may be really, really harsh on themselves, strict with themselves. Type A person, very productive, or they just have like a high code of moral ethics and standards that they apply to themselves, okay? And you know what? That may have gotten them very far in life, so I'm not judging them, but that type of lifestyle, that type of energy can certainly be exhausting and very, very stressful. So I feel like person A in particular is going to really enjoy this next romantic encounter, because this is a time for them to relax, let loose, and really lose themselves in the present moment. Again, I see this emphasis here on just receiving, relaxing. So I do wonder if this next romantic encounter will involve things like I said, like massage, or it just feels slow, it feels sensual, it feels soft, it feels like a just lightly, slowly untethering of your inhibitions. Okay, beautiful. Person B is being represented by the gem in reverse. This is what it looks like upright. And again, we're going to read this. The number 61 may be significant. Oh, wait, that's not 61. That is 56. There we go. All right. Let's read all about it, if I can find it. All right. Also known as the diamond, the gold, and the inner treasure. There are infinite names for the gem. It is also known as the jewel, the star, the talent, the gift, the gold. One thing for certain is that it is found deep within a substance that is very much unlike it. For example, a diamond in the rough. The gem always stands in contrast to its surroundings. You can't find it when you are among comforts and pleasantries. Precious stones develop slowly deep in the earth amid pressure and darkness. Discovering the gem requires a descent beneath the surface, where there is no definitive map. Yet the longing to touch the true gem within us is so strong that we cannot help but seek out its radiance. Your gem, like your destiny, is unlike any other in the entire world. Keep digging. Something I'm seeing here is that person B is like a diamond in the rough. So I do wonder if you guys met somewhere like a bar or dating apps, somewhere where it's like most of the people there are not the best. The most emotionally available, the most, whatever. But it's like you found a gem, like, holy crap, you were here all along? Really? Person B may also, there's something about them that is just really, really special. And even, their friend group, their family, the people around them, they may be one type of way. They may be, for example, ultra conservative, or maybe they're all just a little silly, and this person is very intelligent and progressive. You know what I mean? It's they're very different from their surroundings. Or just very different in general. There's something extremely special about them. But of course, these gems, these diamonds also grow under extreme amounts of pressure. So I think that's one thing that you both share, is that you both have endured a lot of stress, a lot of pressure. And I feel like that's why you really enjoy each other, and why your next encounter will be very sensual and slow and relaxing, and have this sort of element of just nurturing each other, filling each other's cups back up, and just letting all of the stress melt away. It's really beautiful, actually. Okay, going back to person A, their spirit animal that is going to represent them this next meeting is the earthworm. Beautiful earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They don't have to be an earth sign though. And earthworms are actually extremely important in the world. They aerate the soil, which helps things grow. And they also help fertilize the soil as well. So I do feel like wherever person A goes, growth always happens. And even in the relationships, they may at times feel frustrated, because it's every relationship I'm in, the other person gets all of this growth, all of this character development, etc. And so one of the problems that this temple person, this person A person, so many times, let's take a shot for every time I say person. Oh my God, I'm just so awkward. I wonder if person A is a little awkward or trips over their words at times, but in a really cute way. It's kind of adorable. And, there's also something tiny about them. I don't know if there's a size difference here. If one person is extremely smaller, or the other person's really taller than the other. There's something adorable about person A. I don't know what it is. I'm getting a little studious bookworm, maybe a little bit nerdy, very much into personal growth, healing, and development. While also just wanting, there's a spiritual side to them as well, wanting to create sacred space for everyone and everything, and stay connected to that energy. So person A's energy is very, very beautiful. And I love it. Let's see what the spirit animal is for person B. We have the oyster. Interesting. So person B is very mysterious. Okay, the oyster, they have a pearl inside, a beautiful, beautiful heart, a gem, a just magnificent, pure intention for everyone they meet. And they had to learn through difficulty, through challenges, how to protect that gem, that pearl, that beautiful heart within. And so, yeah, I do feel like at times person B may appear a little bit shut off or closed down. You know, they don't give away their heart willy-nilly. They could be a Cancer. This is very Cancerian energy. Like, Cancers are extremely, or any water sign really. I mean, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but especially Cancer. They may have strong Cancer placements in their natal chart. Cancerians have big, soft, open hearts, you know, some of the biggest hearts out of the zodiac, but, you know, they're also represented by crustaceans because they have to protect that softness in order to not get used and taken advantage of. And we see that in the oyster as well. So person B may not be completely emotionally open yet in this connection. They know how easily they love and how devoted they are to people. And so there's something here where I don't think you're fully committed to each other. There may also be a nervousness but shared between you two. This honestly feels very new. So a lot of you guys, this could be like your first time with someone, your first time with each other, or this also could be friends with benefits situation, or like you were friends and you're just exploring this part of you now. Because with your astro dice, you have the 11th house, which rules over friendships. But as I was like up here and I tried moving it, and then it flipped to 7, which is the house of partnerships and relationships. So I'm like, oh, okay, there's a lot of confusion here on like, what are we? Or like, this is a new energy. So very fascinating. Okay, so moving on, group number A, or side A, I'm so confused. We're going to pull a giant Rider-Waite-Smith deck card to represent both of you, and they have the 6 of Cups. Oh my gosh, that confirms what I was literally just saying of like, why does it feel like you guys are friends, or like just friends, or maybe friends with benefits, something like that, or like just dating, so like you're friendly, maybe you haven't crossed that line yet, or it feels a little new, exciting, interesting, maybe even slightly weird, that you guys are, you know, here and doing this. There's like a weird friendliness between you guys. Very fascinating. But, you know, person A is going to be really happy with this next romantic encounter. I think that your friendship, your platonic connection beyond everything romantic and more sensual, is actually pretty strong. So I'm really interested to see how this will play out. Person B has the Queen of Wands, which is so funny because the same card came out for group number 1 on the same side. Maybe some of you can resonate a little bit with group number 1. Maybe. I mean, the energy feels really different, so maybe not. I'm not sure. But yeah, you know, this is tough. I don't know which side you are. And which side the other person is, but person B here, well, first and foremost, one of you may have cats, okay, because we have the Queen of Wands who has a cat here, and my cat Luna, who is an all black cat as well, is literally sitting right next to me in the corner of my eyes. But yeah, I just feel like person B is very mysterious. They do radiate some divine feminine energy, and I feel sort of feminine energy from both of you though. And person B, they're very like physically beautiful and warm and magnetic, and I feel like they enjoy the conversation with person A. I don't know why. It's, you know, person B may be like a sapiosexual, which means someone who's very attracted to conversation and things like that in other people, intelligence in people. Like, they need to have that good conversation in order to feel that attraction in the first place. I keep looking at this astro dice. You have the sun in Libra in the 11th house. Now, Libra is the sign of partnerships, but then the 11th house is the sign of friendships. So again, there's like something weird about this connection. I just can't quite pinpoint it. I wonder if you guys don't really know where you stand with each other just yet. There may be some like awkwardness because you guys are so new to each other. Even if you've known each other for a while, the circumstances in which you are at right now, or like the label that you guys have, it may be unclear. So This is really, really interesting. I need to get more info on this, to be honest. Okay, so person A's energy. We have the 7th chakra. I keep getting really intelligent vibes from them. Bookworm, and she's even carrying a book. So person A may really enjoy reading, or just learning in general. Or they could also be like, I don't know, like either religious, really into spirituality, or really into like higher education. It's giving Sagittarius energy. Traveling, trying new things. They have a really open mind about this. They're going into this with an open mind. They're sort of like seeing how the energies lie between you guys. I think that's the thing. I don't think either of you are super duper decided on what you are. It's just like, let's just see where this goes. Let's just see how we work with each other. And they also have happy family in reverse, which is interesting. This came out for group number 2 as well, but on the other side, or group 1, but on the other side. Very, very fascinating. I can't wait for the tarot portion of this reading. We're going to come back to this, okay? We're going to get more info on this. Person B's energy here is Healer of the Ages in reverse. Fascinating. And Storm Warning in reverse. Okay, it feels like something just went down. I don't know why. I'm getting a vision here of like someone may have recently had something like traumatic or really dramatic happen like in their family. Okay, like a big fight, a big fallout. Because the energy, it feels calmer when you guys meet up and have this next romantic encounter, but it feels also like something had just happened, and you're just seeking peace and solace within each other. And a part of me wonders if you even think it's a good idea to meet up in the first place, because you don't want to create mental confusion for yourself on like, where do I stand with this person? Fascinating. I don't know what this is though. This could be different for everyone, but someone here, maybe even both of you, may have recently like had a death in the family or divorce or a huge fight or fallout with either friends or family members, something like that. And then it seems like you guys meet up and perhaps you talk about that. And with the sun coming out, it's like you find that warmth within each other that feels missing in your life, because there's a lot of stressors going on in your life. There was perhaps a lot of, things that took place that were stressful. And so when you're together, it's like you forget all about it and you feel like sunlight to each other during this next encounter. And that's why I was saying there's a good like friendship between you guys. Like you can talk about these things. There's a good partnership between you guys. But for some reason, I'm feeling for a lot of you, there could be some confusion on like exactly what you guys are, or like you don't have any labels or anything like that. So that's really interesting. One thing I want to say, person B, I don't think they're going to be sharing everything that they're going through, everything that's on their mind, the next time you have this encounter. It feels like they want to build trust up before they really shed their outer layer and show deeper parts of their soul to anyone. And so if you're person A, at times you may wonder to yourself, like, are they even interested in me? Like, it's really hard to get a read on person B if you're person A. And we're gonna read more into this. Let's see. Person A has self-sufficiency. Yeah, I feel that from them. The ultimate self-sufficiency is relying on God or spirit or universe, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't mean hiding in a cave and saying, I don't need people. Instead, it's saying, God is my source, and I am willing to receive all the help, love, and support that wants to come. Very fascinating. Yeah, there is like a helping energy shared between you guys, talking to each other to get through some stress, some issues, whatever. Person B has contentment. And this says, you can learn to rest in what you already have and already are. Suddenly you remember, I am resting here, right here, and I'm right here resting in God. Okay, there we go. There's peace found in each other. There's warmth found in each other. Contentment. I feel like person B in this connection is very happy where things are at. I'm not sure if they want them to grow any further. It feels like they're trying to just overcome challenges in their own life, stresses in their own life right now. And person A seems to have sort of cultivated a beautiful life for themselves already anyways. But let's see. The Lovers Oracle, person A, has this card right here, beautiful, and it says, beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are both qualities you possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. Isn't that something? Wow, that actually, like, really reflect on that, journal about that. What don't you like about this person? Because that's showing you something about yourself. And what do you love about this person? Because that's also showing your light, your love, and beautiful qualities within you. Beautiful. Okay, group number, or person A in this connection needs to know that. And then person B, and also if you're person B, how person A views you is really a reflection of themselves, okay? This is what person B has, another beautiful image, and it says, a message for you. I'm thinking of you at this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. So that really clarifies that person B does have a lot of love, respect, admiration for person A here, even if they have a hard time communicating it at times. So I can't wait to dive deeper into this. We're gonna get some tarot here. Oh wait, no, we're not gonna get tarot. Oh my god, this is in group number 1 too. We're gonna read these middle cards that are gonna represent the next time you meet. You know, I gotta be honest with you guys. You're a little, like, unsy bit harder to read than group number 1. Like I said, the energy, the vibe just feels very low-key, relaxed, calm, quiet. But I do wonder if both of your energies are, like, heavily protected. Or maybe you're both, like, sort of hiding feelings from each other, not really speaking about feelings. I'm getting, like, elephant in the room energy. Interesting. Okay, so the archetype of this next romantic encounter is the self. Fascinating. The number 29 may be significant, or you may be meeting on the 29th of a month. One of you may be born on the 29th of a month. Let's see what this archetype says. It's also known as the soul, the witness, and the watcher. The self is the prism that allows the spectrum of our personalities to radiate. It does not judge, prohibit, suppress, or oppress any of its parts, as it lovingly knows that all aspects have a time and a place, and leads us to experience the full breadth of life's offerings. The self is the central abiding container, the awareness of the infinite universe of possibilities. When this card appears, it's a call to step back into witness consciousness, to observe yourself navigating the world. Ask yourself, am I the stew or am I the chef? In most situations, our ego draws us into the cauldron where we swirl, spin, and smolder in chaos. Yet the self is a graceful culinary dancer, watching, waiting, observing, as the spectrum of ingredients become the flavor of our life. Look in the mirror for 30 seconds or more. Attempt to see the you behind the you. Very interesting. I feel like you guys are coming together to actually mirror parts of your own souls that are not currently seen. You know, if you feel unseen by someone, it's actually because you are not seeing yourself. If you feel like someone is hiding from you, you know, what are you hiding from yourself? You know, this is how we can reflect. And there's so many different examples I could give of this. Like, for example, when I was like this empath who had zero boundaries, I kept attracting narcissists. And those narcissists who cared only about themselves were a reflection of how I was overextending my energy to other people. And because I wasn't caring about myself, my needs, my wants, and having boundaries and protecting that, I would attract people who were the polar opposite and who had everything that I needed. So we actually needed to exchange energies. You're subconsciously attracted to people who embody the energy that you desire or you need. Even if they're really negative, quote unquote, evil, quote unquote, there may be an element of that selfishness, of that those qualities that you don't like, that either you already possess as well and they're just a mirror of that, or that you need to embody like maybe a small percentage of, you know? So intuitively look at this other person, whichever side of the spectrum you're on here, and ask yourself, how are they reflecting me? How are they reflecting my needs and wants in life? Okay, your message from the moon for this next meeting is represented by the full moon in Aries. Oh my God, what a moon to represent this next romantic encounter. And it literally says a fiery climax approaches. So I think I feel a big release. Well, I mean, climaxing, next romantic encounter 18 plus, I mean, that need will be met, at least for both of you. But in addition to that, I feel like it just feels like your energy itself is climaxing, and what this next romantic encounter means spiritually, it's a huge release for both of you. It feels like you're both letting go of just stress and struggle, and you know, the deeper spiritual meaning of this encounter is to show each other aspects of yourself that need attention and healing. So it's really beautiful. Okay, we're gonna move on. We're gonna get the tarot now. Hopefully this will give us some clarifiers. What does your next romantic encounter entail? Or like, we're just gonna see what comes out generally. What do you need to know? Okay, wow. All right. First, we had the Six of Wands, and I'll put these over here. Six of Wands, which shows success. I'm seeing flirtations. I'm seeing recognition. Seeing each other for who you are. Maybe a big theme and lesson in this. We have the King of Cups, emotional openness. I feel like you're both very emotionally aware people. Emotionally available, although at times, don't confuse emotional protection with emotional unavailability. That's what I want to say here. We have Justice in reverse. We have Nine of Swords in reverse. Really interesting. We have Queen of Cups in reverse. Wow, so we have a matching couple here, but the Divine Feminine may be in some sort of turmoil, chaos, and it's right next to the Nine of Swords. So I am seeing struggling mental health here, and we did pick up on that earlier. It feels like you just need like a break from your life reality. But then we have the Three of Cups in reverse. We have the Magician upright, and we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So guys, this is really interesting. I am confused about how you guys know each other, because it'll be different for all of you. For some of you, it feels like this is literally just a friend, and you take it to that next level, and there's a part of you that'll be worried, like, was that the wrong choice? You know, it just feels like it happens so spontaneously. Honestly, if you have no idea who this person is, I think you might be shocked by who this ends up being, because it feels like you were not even planning on taking your friendship with them to a romantic level, but it ends up going in that direction. For others of you, I am a little bit concerned that you are aware that, and this isn't going to resonate for everyone, this is just for a small percentage of you. One of you may be cheating, okay? And I don't like that at all. And by cheating, I mean like you're the other person, you know, you're the side piece, I guess you could say. Which, yes, will cause you a lot of turmoil, okay? A lot of turmoil. I would never recommend that to anyone. Ever, ever, ever. Like, truth sets everyone free. For sure. I'm not judging, but it's just not a good situation. There's just something about this. It's like, or you know what it is? Some of you have relationship anxiety, and you may just recently have started dating this person. And I wonder if your abandonment wounds with the Three of Cups in reverse comes out strongly after you're intimate with someone, or as you open up closely to each other. I am feeling abandonment wounds here, maybe from person B, kind of from both of you though. I feel like you're both a little messed up in the head. And I mean that with all the love in the world. And you're here to like help each other heal. And you know, perhaps sometimes you trigger each other as well. And those triggers show you what needs healing within you. So it's not negative at all. This feels like a very healing connection. It feels like a soul contract, like you both agreed before coming into this lifetime to meet in order to either trigger each other's wounds in order to heal, or spread love and light to each other to help each other heal, you know? I see kind of both, honestly. So interesting. This may be not a super easy connection. There's an element of difficulty here, but I feel like it has to happen because, like I said, it's helping you heal from things. It's illuminating what needs healing within us. Relationships do that for sure. Very, very interesting. Let's see what else comes out. I wonder if you both have abandonment wounds or have been hurt in the past by cheating. That could also be a possibility. Especially when I mentioned that small percentage of people here who are in like a third-party situation. If anyone watching got extremely triggered by hearing that, like angry, upset, or like suddenly scared because you thought like, oh my gosh, is this person, am I the other person, blah, blah, blah. If you had that reaction, this is only validating what we're saying here about this person healing you, about this being a healing connection. Now, I'm not saying you have to stay with each other, but they will shine light on your shadows and show you exactly what you need to work through. And you're doing the same for them. That's what I'm seeing here. And your more sensual, romantic attraction towards each other is what triggers this healing to take place. It's like a Kundalini awakening in a sense, especially with the full moon in Aries. Oh my gosh, very, very fiery. And that passion, that romance is what, it's like the magnet that brings you together to inspire this healing to take place. We have death and rebirth in reverse and the wheel of fortune in reverse, both really huge signs of, you know, major transformation that you trigger within each other. This is crazy, guys. Wow. And we have the 10 of Cups just flipped over as well. You're helping each other restore a healthy, secure attachment style within each other, whether that's through like triggering each other's wounds or even just loving each other so purely. You know, sometimes love, unconditional love, is like the best medicine for our souls. So for some of you, this could be a situation where this person treats you so well that you're like, what the heck? Like, you're healing my wounds of all the people who treated me so bad in the past. Fascinating. We have the 8 of Cups. Really interesting. I keep having this back and forth energy of like family, but then leaving. A family member walking away. I wonder if some of you guys had a family member walk away from you in your youth. We did have happy family in reverse. Or if a romantic partner cheated on you, left suddenly. There's some sort of heartbreak here that you both share individually. Like you both... you're not broken. Nobody's broken, okay? Like you're a whole person worthy of love. But I feel like you and this person share some trauma, some wounds. And I am not the type of person who's going to say you need to be fully healed before you get into any romantic or sensual connection. Not at all. In fact, sometimes romantic or more strong connections can help illuminate what needs healing within us. We need to rely on other people to point out or trigger or show us what areas of ourself needs healing. And guys, the key to doing that is to look where you're constantly being triggered. Look to where you're having a very strong emotional reaction, whether that's love, whether that is fear, anxiety, worry. Look to that, press into that, journal about it, talk about it, because that is how you're going to process it. That's how you're going to let it go. Some of you have relationship anxiety. You have new person anxiety. The hormones, the lust, the love feeling that this new situation is bringing up, it's intense. You know, it's always intense. But for you in particular, and for them, it feels like that brings about a lot of other fears, shadows hiding away. And again, we need to press into that if we are going to heal them. Knight of Cups. Oh my gosh, it's giving back and forth energy. It's giving like, I want to love you, but I am afraid. I want to open my heart to you, but I'm afraid of getting hurt again. 6 of Swords reversed, needing to find peace. I'm not going to sit here and try to heal all of your issues. Empress in reverse. Interesting. Okay. I want to say, for if any of you are heterosexual and you do not want a child, be careful this next meeting. Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah, guys. I'm not going to sit here and try to psychoanalyze the heck out of you. And I'm not 100% sure if this is a healthy connection, but what I do know is this. This is an intense sort of connection. And I do wonder if some of you are drawn into this person because of their energy being familiar in a sense. And that familiarity, while it makes you have strong desire towards them, it can also trigger those old shadows, those old wounds. So I think you get the point. There is an element of this relationship that does feel like you're doing a lot of karmic healing for each other or triggering that within each other. Now it's up to you whether or not you press into those shadows and work with them and work through them. And like I said, you guys are mirroring each other. So the more you sort of figure out your own emotional reactions, what upsets you, what makes you feel so deeply about this, I feel like either this person will grow at the same pace with you and heal at the same pace with you, or you will naturally, very, very naturally, sort of move on from each other. And that's your key here. If this is a relationship that you struggle with from time to time, like that's your key. Keep diving deep and analyzing what is bothering you, the emotions that are coming up, like journal about them. Every time you feel an uncomfortable emotion in regards to this connection, dive deep into it. Either talk about it, journal about it for sure, talk to someone about it, like a therapist, a friend, something. Because this relationship, this connection has a ton of healing intention behind it from the universe on a more higher spiritual level. This is here to help heal childhood wounds as well as adult wounds in your romantic life, woundings that you had in your romantic life. So this is very, very fascinating. And we're going to finish off with some messages from the romance angels. Stay optimistic about your love life. Yeah. Sometimes we project our fears or ourselves onto each other, and we saw that earlier. There may be quite a bit of projection here. We have religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Yeah, there is a spiritual reason for you guys in particular to connect and to feel this strong pull towards each other. Now, I'm not saying you're destined to be together, you have to stay together, not at all. But what I do see is that you are sort of showing each other what needs to be shown in each other. We have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. That's what I'm saying. This next romantic encounter, it feels like a retreat away from the world. It feels like time and space to just relax and rejuvenate. Really, really fascinating. Because you're both stressed. And you both have been through a lot in life in general. And it's just so nice to connect and have this. It feels very sensual, focusing on the senses, smell, touch, visuals, sound, everything. Beautiful. And we have chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Exactly. There is a pull towards each other because you are mirroring, you're showing each other your own light as well as your shadows. And this relationship is sort of meant to help you evolve and ascend. Both of you evolve and ascend. So that's really, really beautiful. I hope that made sense, guys. I am not going to try to predict where this is going to go. This isn't a relationship reading. I think we got a good sense of how your next romantic encounter will be, though, fiery climaxes and sort of like retreating away from the world, very sensual, finding solace and safety within each other. What I'm more worried about is I feel like for some of you, it's like after you're together, like when you're back home alone, I wonder if you have like a sort of sadness hit you or something. That is what you need to really, really address and figure out, why am I having this? Okay. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. I'm not saying you shouldn't do this, but press into that feeling. Why is that feeling happening? Okay. And what can you do about it? Thank you guys for joining me. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org, alongside my intention oils and spiritual life coaching sessions. Remember, this is not a monetized video, so all of the support there helps me so tremendously. Thank you guys so much. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 3, and welcome. Let's see what your next romantic encounter is going to be like. So this center here is going to represent the event overall, and then each side is going to represent a person. So one side is going to be you, and the other side is going to be the person who you will next romantically encounter and interact with. Okay, there we go. Sorry guys, I did not have enough caffeine today apparently. I'm trying to talk and it's just not happening. Use your intuition to feel which side is you. Some of you guys may feel like you are on both sides, and that's perfectly fine. That just means that whoever you are having your next romantic encounter with, you will be mirroring each other, which is normal, especially if you spent a lot of time with this person previously, or if you have some sort of soul tie. So let's dive into it. Remember, listen to your intuition, take what resonates, leave anything that doesn't. Okay, person A is being represented by the vow. Beautiful. Now, it did come out sort of in reverse, but we're going to read these archetypes from the booklet to get a better understanding of them. And the number 54 may be significant to you guys, to some of you. This is also known as the promise, the oath, and the contrast. When the vow is spoken, the air shifts. Karmic ties are formed, and destiny tilts on its axis. Our words and intentions have an immense power. There is a reason that great mythic stories of our past often include the recitation of oaths and the mixing of drops of blood as a mark of union. The tricky part is that reciting the vow, no matter how casually, activates the eternal and unseen forces of the world. The ancestors bear witness, the laws of nature respond. These promises cannot be unsaid or forgotten, so breaking them can leave lingering complexities and loose ends. This card calls us to acknowledge the vow we are living by, consciously or unconsciously, and either recommit to it or create a ritual that signifies its closure. You have been underestimating the power of your promises. Really interesting that this came out in reverse as well. What this is telling me right off the bat is that whoever this person is, you have actually promised them, either in this lifetime or in previous lifetimes, or on the spiritual planes in between lifetimes, that you will meet here on Earth in this lifetime. Okay, there's something here about person A that has to do with vows being made. The words you speak, especially with intention, are law. When you say, I will be committed to you, and you break that promise before, deciding to close it out, oh my God, is that bad karma? And I'm not saying that person A is breaking any promises or commitments. This is just saying person A needs to realize just how, and maybe they do realize just how deeply impactful their promises are. It becomes spiritual law when you make a commitment. So that's very fascinating. I feel like you guys definitely have a soul tie with each other. All right, let's get more information. Person B is being represented by the mystic. So interesting. And the number 21 may be significant as well. Could be born, one of you may be born on the 21st of a month. You may meet on the 21st of a month next. Also known as the seeker, the light worker, and the dreamer, the mystic is often misunderstood in our culture, depicted as a wandering or lighthearted daydreamer. Yet like Shiva, which is so funny because Shiva, we had a little chat about him in group number 2. Anyways, yet like Shiva, the true mystic plays a critical role in society, remaining fearlessly dedicated to the path of transformation. In order to save the earth from darkness, Shiva swallows the poison of the world and holds it in his throat, slowly transmuting the liquid into nectar. This is the work of the mystic. They do not fear darkness, but rather sit in the presence of it, harness the potential and latent energy behind it, and embed it with light. They are patient and prudent change makers, seeking growth above all else. Unanswerable questions are the mystic's lifeblood. The mystic revels in mystery, in the great riddle of life, dancing with the forces of light and dark upon its wings. Now, this card also came out in reverse. That's something we have to acknowledge here. So the light attributes of person B is the remover of darkness, visionary, and ageless. The shadow aspects are expecting results, seeking attention, and recognition. So it's really interesting. You guys definitely have a higher soul bond. This feels like soulmates that have karmic entanglements here on the physical realm. Okay, so in spiritual realms, in the higher realms, you are both extremely powerful people. You both hold a lot of light, are made up, embodied by light, and just pure source energy, like very, very beautiful souls. Your souls are friends. Your souls are soulmates. That's what it means, soulmate, friend of each other's souls. And here in the physical realm, I feel like there could be some karmic entanglements between the two of you, meaning there may be some shadows that emerge as a result of this union. You may bring out deeper rooted issues within each other in order to help them heal. So that's something to pay attention to. But your souls definitely promised to meet each other at this point in time, whenever this will be happening. Okay, that's really, really interesting. Let's get some more info on it. So person A, going back to them, their spirit animal is the sea serpent, and this spirit animal is to represent how they will be during this next romantic encounter. So we have the spirit. This is a spirit animal, literally spirit, but we also have the water element. So they could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. They don't have to be, though, for sure. Definitely confirming for me that there is a deeper sort of connection here. You know, I feel like, and I'm looking at the eye, when you guys look into each other's eyes, you may, like, it may cause like a shiver go down your spine a little bit. There's something about when you guys are together that sort of makes the veil to spirit a little bit thinner. Does that make sense? So you may have, it's like you get together and all this weird stuff starts happening. Maybe people start approaching you a lot more. It feels like weird things keep happening to you guys when you're together. You lose track of time. There may be like gaps in your time. Weird sort of nearly paranormal things happen when you two are together, and you know, this meetup will be no different. I feel like energy quivers when you guys are in each other's presence. It'll feel strange. It's like, I'm so used to seeing you on the soul plane, the spiritual plane, and it feels enchanting. It feels so unusual, but in a positive way, to see you on the physical plane. So I hope that made sense. This is crazy. I wonder if you're both really, really spiritually connected people. That's what it's sort of feeling like here. There's a deeper spiritual union. And you both have winged creatures here. You could have a lot of air signs, both of you. That would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in your natal chart. You don't have to, though. Communication, it feels like you guys can talk for hours on end without taking a breath, without taking a break, and sort of get lost in that conversation. You know, this is one of those connections where I keep coming back to eye contact. Making eye contact with each other may at times feel too intense, too powerful, because it like synchronizes your soul. It's like I was saying, it feels weird to see you in the flesh and have an in-flesh relationship with someone that you're so used to seeing on the spiritual realms. And you may not remember this consciously, but it's definitely there. We have the horse spirit coming out for person B, person 2, person right hand side. So this is earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Very grounded, very stable, having a lot of stamina. And also this horse has the moon, a crescent moon on its forehead. So I feel like person B is highly connected to the moon. The moon may be one of their biggest spirit guides, and they're feeling a little bit more divinely feminine over here as compared to person A. Person B is really, 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 really connected and probably psychically consciously aware that they're a light worker, they're a healer. I don't know if you guys hear those crows outside. There's a ton of crows outside calling. So all of the birds are singing. There's mourning doves as well. It's like a really unusually warm day towards the tail end of winter as I'm filming this. So there's a certain magic in the air today, literally, and it makes sense. You know, there's a magic between you two, and I actually filmed groups 1 and 2 yesterday, and that certain magical element wasn't necessarily there yesterday, but it is here for you today. So I think that's significant as well. I think everything ties into the messages that Spirit wants to communicate, not just tarot cards, not just oracle cards, but Spirit communicates to us through so many different signs, symbols, and synchronicities. And I feel like the reason I'm going off on this tangent is because I feel like you're going to start seeing a lot of signs and synchronicities with each other, around each other, about each other, etc. This next romantic encounter, there is... I think because it feels like you're both spiritually aware and awakened. You know, honestly, it really does. Completely opposite to, I believe, what was it? Group number 1 or 2, I forget. One of their biggest issues with each other was that I believe person A was extremely spiritually aware and awakened, most likely everyone watching that group. And then the other person was more like scientific and didn't necessarily believe in the same things they did, and that was a whole issue for them. For you guys, I feel like this is completely opposite. You're both totally on the same page. You're both totally spiritually, psychically awakened. So that's really, really interesting. Person B feels a little bit more divine feminine energy. Also, I'm kind of like low-key getting the vibe that person B maybe has gone through a lot more darkness in their life. And here's the thing. I feel like a lot of you guys are person B for some reason, just intuitively. You could be person A, though. We'll get more information. But they are a light worker. And, you know, I just saw something the other day where someone was saying, if you know that you're a light worker, you choose to be a light worker, the only places where light is needed is in the shadows. So it's like your soul actually seeks out darkness. Your soul puts yourself into these spaces that are much lower vibration than you yourself. And I feel like person B on the higher realms, like they are a very highly vibrating soul and spirit, angelic sort of presence. But sort of giving this backpacker through the universe, through the galaxy vibe, where they know they carry so much light and have a pure, pure heart, no matter what shape their soul takes. And so, and they're feeling a little zesty. They're feeling, their energy, their spirit feels ballsy, a little brave. And person B definitely throughout their life gets into these sort of darker environments where their light is needed. And even when they learn, you know, how to create peace within themselves and only choose peaceful people and environments for themselves, they still attract this like a moth to flame. You know, they're the flame here. They're the light. And so I feel like it's person B, their energy triggers a lot of like unusual things happening and like coming towards them. Person A, on the other hand, they just feel, their energy feels a little heroic, I want to say. And I'm seeing past lives here that are sort of irrelevant to talk about because it's in the past, but I am seeing, I don't know, person A is giving me warrior vibes, warrior energy. And I know this is your next romantic encounter, and I don't know why I'm reading into your soul so deeply right now. Person A, I feel like they must have been some sort of, how do I even put this? I'm getting a vision of them being like the top warrior or something in some sort of light war, some sort of spiritual light war, and that may have been where they met person B here. I'm not going to dive into that. This is getting way too deep. Okay, we're going to move on. So the not major arcana, I wanted to pull a giant Rider-Waite-Smith deck card for each of you to sort of represent where you're at in this connection and within yourselves. Person A has the Page of Wands. You guys, I don't know, your souls feel so similar, to be honest. There's something very noble about person A. I don't know why I intuitively feel guided to say, like, I'm wondering if person A comes from wealth, but like, it's not like they're spoiled by it, or they may have a lot of privileges in life or have had a lot of privileges in life, but they're not spoiled by it. It's like, I wonder if person A was raised in a good environment, generally. I mean, we all have issues. You know, nobody's upbringing was perfect, but they may be one of the rare souls that were raised in a super healthy environment and like literally were taught to have good values and ethics. And I'm also seeing a more religious background for person A, but like in their youth, in their childhood, they may have been raised religious in some way, and that sort of sculpted their spirituality. And I keep going back to spirituality in your souls because it feels very important for this connection. And I feel like for person B, they have like a raw connection to spirit and source, and they feel more like, I don't want to use the word feral, but person B may have had to really raise themselves a bit or go through some experiences on their own and rely entirely off of like spirit, source, universe, whatever. So they have like a more authentic, raw sort of connection to their spirituality and themselves. You know, they had to teach themselves a lot. They learned how to sort of be on their own and take good care of themselves. And I feel like that may at times be something that person A doesn't quite see or comprehend or understand about person B here. But that doesn't make them less than or weaker than person B. I feel like person A is creative. There's something about their throat chakra here. They're either a good writer, singer, musician, artist, something like that. Their creative process will have a very impactful influence on the world and the people around them. And with the sea serpent having the Ouroboros here, I feel like they are a transmuter as well. They came into this world, into this reality you both came here with similar missions to help a lot of people ascend and heal and embody their light, remember who they are, and to aid in the evolution of mankind, guiding mankind back into living in harmony with nature and, you know, understanding consciously the equality between soul and physical. Y'all are deep. Oh my gosh. All right. Also, I want to say Page of Wands is very horny, you know, phallic. It represents passion. It represents, I feel like you both for sure recognize how amazing each other are. There's something about person A that feels a little bit more masculine, and they might put person B ever so slightly on a pedestal. Okay, there's a lot of attraction here for sure, but I think they may also be a little bit intimidated by person B. Okay, because person B has had a lot of, like we were saying, that raw, authentic, natural sort of connection to life itself, you know, the universe, spirit. Person B just has this magnetic sort of vibe to them, like people are just drawn in towards them. There's something about their energy that's very like, how do I even put this? Like, there's no human words for this, like not edgy, but like beautiful, but in a sort of darker way. Like, you know how dark humor is funny? It's like an edge to it. There's an edge to this person. And even person B's aesthetic even may be a little bit more edgier. Like maybe they wear dark colors with like bright pops of color here and there. Very posh, very mysterious, or could be into like not necessarily goth fashion, well, any alternative sort of fashion. Maybe I'm seeing that. I don't know, I'm picking up on such random things. Anyways, moral of the story is I feel like person A grew up a lot more quote unquote normal than person B, and they're just enchanted by person B. And person B, being someone who is so spiritually sensitive, completely recognizes the power that person A has, the raw power. Like there's something about person A that wakes people up spiritually, that it's hard to describe. It's just an energy. Like this person A also shines so much light everywhere they go, but it's like when person A walks in a room, I feel like people are aware of their presence because there's just an energy that comes with them, and you're both very magnetic energetically. So it's really fascinating to have the two of you together, and I have a feeling that you have really good times together, but also I wouldn't be surprised if some of you have a little bit of issues with each other here and there because of how intense this energy is when combined. Wow, you're both pages. Oh my gosh. Person B has the Page of Cups upright. That is so fascinating. I feel like you get along really well. You have great conversation, and you both really admire each other. That is so funny. Person B, you're so similar. Person A, they serve their spiritual purpose, your own life, through creativity mostly, or travel, sort of a friendly magneticism. And then person B, very similar life mission, almost the same life mission, and they fulfill that more so through the spiritual healing arts, possibly also some form of creativity, but are more like emotional based, diving deep into the hearts, the souls, the inner worlds of people, and sharing their own inner worlds, you know, very psychological. So same life purpose you guys have. You're sort of like co-workers here in this world and on a very spiritual level, but different ways of fulfilling that, and your path looked different. Your upbringing looked different. So that is fascinating. Also, your next romantic encounter, I feel like person B is going to be booming with energy consistently. Like their energy level will be very, very consistent. And there's something here about like longevity, and I don't mean that romantically. I mean that like, you know, if you're getting physically intimate, you know, you may be there for a while, and in a good way. Like it may be a long, fun journey. I wouldn't be surprised if y'all were into like some tantra or something, or like, I don't know, you somehow combined this spirituality into your physical life. We'll see. All right, energy. Person A's energy is going to be contract in reverse and the heart chakra upright. This is really fascinating because they had the vow that come out in reverse as well, and now they have contract coming out in reverse. So person A here, there's something about a commitment being unfulfilled. So I am very highly curious if, I don't know, there's something here about person A. They may have either recently gone through a separation, breakup, divorce, or I'm kind of curious if for some of you, y'all are exes. That would be weird. And I hope that this isn't, I don't see either of you as really the type of person who would cheat, so I'm not necessarily seeing it as that, but there's something here about fulfilling a contract, fulfilling some sort of agreement, versus breaking it off. I'm not sure what that's about. We'll get more info when we pull the tarot, and that'll hopefully clarify things. But let's talk about this fourth chakra, the heart chakra, with Archangel Raphael. Y'all, I'm telling you, person A is in love with person B. Like, it's just intuitively, I feel like person A is ever so slightly intimidated by person B because they put them on a pedestal in their mind. And also, I feel like person A, like low key, very low key, needs to maybe work through their sense of fulfillment and, you know, not necessarily needing someone to validate them or relying on external circumstances to validate them. This could also be that person B may be older or just sort of further along in life or their career or what they have going. Person B may either be like having more success or popularity in their social life or their career or you know what it is? It feels like I said, you both have the same mission in life. You both came here to spread love and light and, you know, that evolutionary work. You're both light workers. And I kind of feel like person B may be sort of further along in that in some sort of way, or it just appears like they're further along in that. And that may be intimidating to person A, but I feel like they are very emotionally aware. And so they sort of put this feeling that they have very deep buried beneath the surface because they are consciously aware that for a man, or they don't even have to be a man, guys, and this could be you, but in general, okay, let's just say in general, it is not healthy to be threatened by someone else's success, especially if it's a partner, you know? They're consciously aware of that, so they have this feeling, but they sort of shame themselves for having this feeling, so they push it down and then it doesn't get resolved. So I am seeing something like that deep within them, but they really, really, really do love person B here. So let's see. Person B's energy is journey in reverse. I wonder if you guys have some sort of physical distance between you two, okay? Or if the next time you're together, you're talking about some sort of trip or travel plans that one of you or both of you have been going on or will be going on, something like that. It feels like someone here has to go through quite a few hoops to physically be in the same space as the other person, though. So that, like I said, leads me to believe that there's some sort of physical distance, or even if there's not a huge physical distance, it just may be a whole hassle. Like, I remember, I live, like, in one direction of this city who I live at, right? And I sort of refuse to date or befriend people who live in the other direction of that. So like, say for example, I lived north in the city. I refuse to like get close with people who live south of the city. Not because I'm prejudiced, but because it is such a hassle to drive through the city. Like, it is not worth it. And so I wonder if you guys are sort of in a situation like that, where it's just a hassle to get to each other, or like you just straight up like have to take a flight, or like a 2, 3, 4 hour drive or something like that. We also have victory coming through. So the next time you guys meet, I feel like person B will have had quite a few successes in their personal life. Their energy feels really great. It feels like they're making progress in their career, in their mission in life. Just in their personal life in general. Person B's attitude is really optimistic a lot, but it's because they integrated their shadow. That's what is so enticing about person B. They are so comfortable in the shadow because they've gone through their own shadows. People who have integrated their shadow almost entirely are like really, really attractive people. They're very magnetic. They have this sort of both light and shadowy aspects of them, but both the light and the shadow are inviting and exciting. So I feel like they're starting to wake up to their success on the physical realm, on the earthly realm. They're having more success, could be making more money. They've gone through a lot of struggles. They may have gone through money issues or emotional issues. And for the whole beginning part of their life, many, many years, the first decades of their life, I feel, they had to go through this sort of deeper psychological, emotional healing. And they may not have had that much earthly success, but now they're starting to have that earthly success, okay? And person A here, we're starting to get somewhere. I feel like person A, it was the opposite for them. In the beginning of their life, first couple of decades, they may have had earthly success. They could have been good at sports, came from a family of money, or just had like really good support in their life. But they were having emotional, psychological issues. You guys seem to have a soul tie, and you're sort of not necessarily mirroring each other, but it's like you're each other's divine opposite, but the same at the same time. Does that make sense? Like, lightness and darkness are the same thing if you think about it, because one cannot exist without the other. Science and spirituality are the same thing because one cannot exist without the other. It's those sort of complete opposites yet the same thing. So in astrology as well, your opposite sign is very similar to you, but also your exact opposite. Like the Cancer Capricorn thing, for example. One represents the mother, one represents the father. They're complete opposite, but they're like the same. They're both like parents of the zodiac, you know what I mean? That's sort of the energy that you guys are giving me. Some of you guys may have, you may be opposite signs from each other, whatever your signs may be. That would be Cancer, Capricorn, like we just said, Leo, Aquarius, Virgo, Pisces, Libra, Aries, Scorpio, Taurus, and Sagittarius, Gemini. Sorry, I had to do some thinking. Okay. Person A is being represented by direction. And it says, Lord, please show me the right action now. Please bring a sign and a miracle that gives clear direction. May I hear the promptings of my own body. And if for some reason I'm about to head the wrong way, please stop me. There's something about person A that feels undecided about this meeting, or just their life direction as a whole. I feel like person A, psychologically, they may overthink, or they may just feel a little bit lost at times in life. And they're trying to figure that out. And, I'm not, you guys are like perfectly equal. Because I also feel from person B that their issue is always like money, or like health, physical life stuff they may struggle with. And I feel like you're both just starting to finally like get that together, And I wonder if you guys have known each other for a while, if at points in the journey you had to separate from each other, or stop talking to each other, or back away from each other because it was too intense. And I wonder if you're both waking up to the fact that you are sort of these perfect opposites, yet the same thing. I wonder if you're starting to wake up to that. Really fascinating. And your next romantic encounter is going to be incredibly intense, because I feel like your next romantic encounter, you both may actually be conscious of this fact. And on top of that, you've done a lot more work since you probably last saw each other, if ever. And, when you last saw each other, if you don't even know who this person is yet, the last time you saw each other may have been in a completely different lifetime. Or, in spirit, literally. Person B has feelings. Emotions want to be felt. You really can't surrender something until you deeply feel it. Allow me, dear divine, to offer all emotions to you, feeling them fully so they no longer hold me captive. Really interesting. Definitely person B has a lot of feelings for person A as well. I keep like you guys are the same but different. I don't know how to describe it. Let's take a look at your lover's oracle. Okay, person A has this card here, and it says only time will tell. Really fascinating. There's a certain uncertainty about the next time you're going to meet. Like, when will this next romantic encounter take place? Where will we go after this? It'll be very intense spiritually. Like, it will feel just intense. I don't know how to put it, but there's definitely going to be a conversation about your feelings towards each other. I'm seeing a deep heart-to-heart conversation, and that's clarified with Cancer here. We're going to get to the Astro Dice in a minute, but person B, their lover oracle card looks like this, and it says, romance, Cupid's arrow strikes. Yeah, this will be intense. You're going to be talking about feelings. It's not just like a hookup, guys. This is like, here's my feelings, and it goes so much deeper than like regular human emotions. I feel like this takes place on a whole nother level. I wonder if some of you guys may have like severed your energy cord, or your tie, your karmic contract with each other in the past. If you already know who this person is and you get a vibe for who it is. And I wonder if person A is going to try coming back to rectify that sort of tearing of this contract. So that's really, really fascinating. Okay, let's see what the actual event is going to look like, the next romantic encounter with each other. The archetype to represent it is, oh my god, the Lover would come out, of course. This isn't a romantic deck, guys. But yeah, and we're going to read this, so don't you worry. And I know for a fact that this card is spicy, so everyone prepare. The number 17 may be significant. Okay, so you may meet on the 17th of a month. It's also known as the Heart, the Beloved, and the Devoted. Pulsing through the heart of the Lover is gratitude. The Lover appreciates and experiences the world through the senses, reveling in beauty, song, art, music, sense, and sensuality. Yeah, there's something very sensual about your next meetup. So I wonder if you're going out, you might go somewhere like a candlelit concert or somewhere with like exquisite foods. Like you're really going to rile up each other's senses. But I do definitely see time at one of your homes, and even that is sensual. Like whoever's home it is, like they really have an eye for the sensual. You know, there may be like a scented candle and ambient lighting and really good music playing, good food, good drink, etc. Soft touch. It's like beautiful. This energy awakens at the tip of our tongue when we taste the sweetness of honey, kiss a lover, or speak gentle words to a child. Okay, I'm getting oral from I'm just being honest, guys. I don't know what to tell you. This is your reading. Okay, y'all are the freaks. I'm just the messenger. Don't get mad at me. Okay, but I love this. This is like poetry here. This energy awakens at the tip of our tongue when we taste the sweetness of honey, kiss a lover, or speak gentle words to a child. The Lover lingers in foreplay. Okay. Okay, we're getting an image now of this event. And remember we saw earlier that like the physical nature of your next romantic encounter will last a while, you know? And now we're getting the message lingering in foreplay, building the moment up. And, you know, we saw those oral messages and, you know, sort of building each other up, knocking each other down, building each other back up again, that sort of energy. Okay. The Lover lingers in foreplay, aroused not by getting there, but by the slow merging of self and other. Wow, this is a very detailed depiction of what's going to be happening here. And I told y'all, there's like a next level, like spiritual element to this, you know, next romantic encounter, where it's like you're not, similar to group number one, you're not just merging your bodies, you're merging your souls slowly. This will be a slow process that you both thoroughly enjoy. I'm feeling like a pure ecstasy feeling from this. So yeah, this energy is usually experienced for short periods of time, as in order to feel it, we must be fully present and awake, with no expectations or rules about what should be. Rather, the Lover is in awe of what the world presents, reveling in the glorious details, grateful to savor every last drop of life's offerings. Okay, I just got another visual to mind that's way too much for YouTube, so I'm gonna save that one, but y'all can guess what I was just thinking with that last sentence. And I feel like you guys are gonna try to, this is what I was saying, like you guys should definitely, if you're not already, look up like Tantra, because I feel like you're going to, it's going to be very centrally focused, and you're going to try to prolong staying in that space of being completely and utterly in the present moment bliss. So yeah, it's like you're trying to make it last as long as possible. Okay, when in like connection, expansion, devotion, and awe, that is, you know, your shared connection when you guys are in your light attributes. When you're sort of both in your shadow attributes, there could be indulgence, attachment, and obsession. Interesting. Okay, well, that's great. Your moon card to represent this meeting is disseminating moon. Take time to breathe out. You know, and with this card, I just got an image of like after the fact, a lot of like cuddling and like just breathing and talking, not talking, like just relaxing together. So I do wonder if you guys will be like spending the night at each other's house to like relax afterwards, and that afterwards, like maybe you're just laying in bed, maybe you're just snuggling, maybe, you know, after a while of just laying there in the darkness, you decide to go watch a TV show together or something like that. That sort of aftercare is going to be really, really special, and I feel like it's just going to feel really nice. I don't know how else to put it. Now, your astro dice, you had Jupiter in Cancer in the 10th house. So Cancer is telling me like this is definitely, I keep getting visions of being at someone's house for sure, 100%. And the 10th house of Capricorn, right? That's Capricorn? Yeah, 10th house of Capricorn. There's a sort of practicality here, serving each other, giving each other equal time and space to, you know, talk and be heard and to receive. And then Jupiter is just like the planet of good luck and fortune and growth, expansion, harmony. So this is going to be a really, really fun time. I'm so excited for you guys. Yeah, you guys, your souls are very, very similar. So it's incredibly interesting. But the only thing I'm concerned with is like your souls together. It's like when you're in your light attributes, it is fantastic. But when you're in your shadow attributes, I feel like there could be a lot of issues that may come up between you guys. Like jealousy, not of other people, like giving you attention, but like jealousy of the person itself, you know, and what they have created. If you guys experience jealousy, like you're jealous of what each other has done to create their life, you know, just use that as inspiration, you know. I feel like your shadow attributes, if they do come up, which, you know, they usually do in connections like these, it may be very intense to deal with between you guys. So it's just an intense connection that's very rewarding when done right. But this type of connection can also, like, you know, cause people to sever your soul ties at times. And, you know, I'm not saying either way is right, but yeah, let's just dive into the tarot and get more clarification. We're not going to ask a specific question. We just want more details on this next adventure. You have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, hanging on to each other, not letting go of each other. We have the Star in reverse. The Star always reminds me of attraction, worshiping each other. I feel like someone's trying to manifest this connection. Yeah, these two cards together, someone has not let go. I don't know your story together. Okay, if you guys have known each other for a while in this life, for a lot of you, it feels like not necessarily on again, off again relationship, but like, you know, no, it kind of does feel like that. Even if it's not like a relationship, quote unquote. Even if it's just like your friends / lovers / whatever the heck. Or even if you are in a relationship, it's like you have these moments of pure magic where it's like you're living in spirit and earth at the same time, but like very intensely, very consciously. But then it's followed by, you know, these cycles of shadows. And I just feel like you both bring out a lot of shadows within each other that need to be healed and worked through. Especially, I'm going to be honest here, especially person A. It feels like they need to work through some more. Well, no, you both have shadows. Let's get clear with that. Person A's shadows are definitely more emotional. And, you know, because of that, person B at times may be like, I already healed from my shadows. Like, I already did everything. You know, you have some growing up to do. They may sometimes, when you're both in your shadows, they may think that about them. However, person B has to recognize, like, yes, you have already worked through quite a bit of your emotional shadows and psychological shadows. However, you have not worked through your physical shadows. You know, you may be broke. You may be having health issues. You may be in an uncomfortable living situation. I feel like, oh, sorry, I just hit the camera. Person B is having a harder time living like a good physical life. Does that make sense? So you have equal shadows, guys. So funny. Okay. We have Five of Wands. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. There may be times where you guys butt heads. I'm just feeling this intuitively. You need to recognize that, like everything we're just saying here. The Emperor in reverse. Sometimes toxic masculinity may get in the way of love in this relationship. It's so weird because it's like you see these moments of just pure, like, soul looking into soul, light looking into light, and it's enchanting. And you want to experience that all the time, but those moments are fleeting. And then the real world takes over again. And when that real world takes over again, I feel like one of the issues here may also have to do with some toxic masculinity, or thinking that one person is right and the other person is wrong. I'm sort of feeling this energy more from person A, to be honest with you, because they were giving more masculine energy. But here's the thing, again, you both have masculine energy within you. And while they may be more outwardly like that, inwardly, person B also has a critically damaged relationship with masculine energy, their own masculine energy. And that's why they have a hard time, or they have had a hard time, either like attracting money or consistency in their relationships, their health, their job, their living situation, whatever it may be, because they had a critical relationship with their own masculine energy. So I feel like person B's red flag is that they're really, really good at seeing what needs healing in other people. But at times, they don't 100% see where they need healing within themselves, or how person A is actually not necessarily a reflection, but like a perfect match / opposite for person B. I hope that made sense. Okay, let's get more cards. Okay, we have the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like the next time you meet, there's going to be an offer here. And we have Strength reverse. Right now, I'm going to be honest. Right now, some of you guys, what am I trying to say? I feel like a lot of you are in separation. If you don't know who this person is, you are in separation because you haven't met yet. Okay? If you do know who this person is, for the majority of you, I feel like you may have struggled in the past with communicating about like more vulnerable, or getting more vulnerable with each other. Like it feels like your egos really flared up in front of each other, which caused a lot of arguments and not a lot of vulnerable moments. The vulnerable moments were there for sure. That's what keeps you guys coming back to each other. But yeah, we have Five of Swords reversed. Yeah, this confirms what I was just thinking. You know, one of y'all walked away because the ego of the other person was just flared up. They kept very defensive, perhaps even cutting, insulting. I just intuitively feel like this is person A's doing. Not they were the ones that walked away, but they were the ones that may have been a little bit too cutting, a little bit too in their ego one moment, like the last time you guys spoke or something went down. And person B said, you know what? I cut the cord. I walk away. We are no longer soul tied. We're no longer soul connected. You know, I'd rather be free and not insulted, you know. And here's the thing. None of you are better than the other. Person B, I feel like in the last time you guys saw each other, walked away, which was good. Like they have a strong awareness of emotions, psychology, all of that. And they understood that like the way you're talking to me or the way that you're viewing me is not healthy, it's not good. Because I feel like person A puts person B on a pedestal, like we were saying, or they just at times feel a little bit insecure, and that may sometimes come across as them trying to put person B down a peg. Like, this is complicated. I'm sorry, guys. It's hard to describe. But person B's not perfect either. You know, they may be a lot more emotionally in control and grounded in that area of life. But the area of life that person A is grounded in is community and money and stability on the physical realm, which is so funny because I feel like you both accuse each other of being ungrounded, but for different reasons. Person B accuses person A of being ungrounded, like emotionally, mentally, spiritually, And then person A accuses person B of being ungrounded, like physically. It's like you're off doing this, that, the third every 2 seconds. And like you just need to sit down and like, you know, get a stable like flow of income or like health, or like stop just letting all these random people and things in and out of your life constantly. So you guys may constantly accuse each other of the same exact thing, which is so funny to me. You guys really are a weird sort of mirror. But it's not a mirror for each other. It's like a weird funhouse mirror where it's like, yes, you are each other's reflections, but everything's sort of reversed. Does that make sense? So everything that one accuses is going on psychologically with the other is happening for themselves, like on the physical realm. Does that make sense? Oh my gosh. I feel like that just clicked for me. I just got like a vision of, I don't think you're like the same soul. Let me clarify that. Okay, I feel like, oh my god, I can't even describe the clairvoyant vision I just got. It was like, one of you has been living very strongly in the spiritual realm, you know, the psychological, the mystic person here. Person B has been living in that realm a lot, the realm of emotions, and doing deep inner healing work for the first couple of decades of their life. You know, that's where they've been living. And person A here has been living in the physical. But you both dip your toes in those other realms. But here's the thing, the way this is appearing to me clairvoyantly is like if there's like a veil of water between these two realms, and it's like when one person moves, the other person is moving the same way. So your lives sort of mirror each other, but you're in different realms. You're on other sides of the bridge. You're on other sides of the veil. And even when, you know, person B dips their toes more so in the physical nature of life, whether it be through like going out a lot, really focusing on work, you know, and that area of life, I feel like at the same time, person A also dips their toes more in the spiritual realm. And so it's like, how do we get ourselves on the same side of the veil? And I feel like you're not necessarily supposed to. What you're both supposed to do is meet each other in the middle at the bridge, because you're both mediums, you're both shamans, high priestesses, light workers, whatever you want to call it. And that's why you are attracted to tarot readings, by the way. And in order to do that, person A has to work on their inner demons, their emotions, you know. They have to spend more time in the spiritual realms, essentially, and getting that in check. And person B has to spend more time in the physical realms and getting that in check. And equalize both of you. You know, you both should be like 50% physical, 50% spirit. Okay, and that's the thing about people who are supposed to be living on the bridge and living this shamanic path, is that when that balance is not there, I'm not trying to scare you, but it could be life-threatening. And you both probably had brush-ups with that at various points in your life. Okay, for example, person B here, the mystic, you know, they may have accidentally attracted a lot of like near-death experiences or like traumas, you know, really like soul-shattering, emotional shattering, like thinking, am I crazy experiences. And person B, or person A, sorry, may have experienced more physical near-death experiences. Like, I mean, I don't want to dive into that. I don't want to trigger anyone. I have a weird feeling, and this may not this may not resonate for everyone, but I feel like person A may have had a few issues when it came to like suicidal tendencies in the past, or maybe they were accident prone. It's like weird physical accidents as well, like an animal attack, maybe car accident, something like that. Very interesting. And the reason why you both had these extreme brush-ups with like your mental health and, you know, physical health, and, you know, have had encounters with the spirit of death, it's because you guys weren't living 50-50, like on that bridge, like we were talking about, like in the middle, 50% spirit, 50% physical. This is the middle world. We meet in the middle. And And so I feel like you guys connected with each other to act as these sort of like reverse image mirrors of each other to show each other the way to meet in the middle. Does that make sense? And so if you are in separation right now and you want this union to take place, because I feel like this will be quite a lovely union, you know, and you want it to take place more stably, you gotta stop pointing the finger at each other. Like, oh, they are the reason that we're not together right now. No, you're both the reason equally. And if you're person B, don't even focus on the other person. Focus on getting your finances, your health, your routine in order, you know, standing on your own 2 feet, being financially, emotionally independent, you know, also having a good support system for yourself. And if you're person A, you need to do the same thing, but like with your emotions. And again, you both need to work on like just being stable people, essentially, individually. And the closer you get to that 50-50 spirit and physical life harmony, you know, happily walking in the daydreaming spiritual realms as well as the physical world, the closer you get to that 50-50 split, you are walking towards each other as souls, and you'll meet each other at that bridge. Wow. I got chills, guys. This is a deep reading. Oh my gosh. Is there even anything else to say? I literally have chills on my entire body. Do you see that? Do you see those goosebumps? Okay, it is 65 degrees out. Okay, I shouldn't be having these. Love a good reading. Honestly, I'm gonna leave it there. Oh wait, no, we're not gonna leave it there. There's more. We're gonna finish off with some messages, some advice for you from the romance angels. Wow, what a reading. This may have been one of my favorite videos I filmed yet. Like, I just felt so connected to every single group. Wow. You have getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And I feel like you're going to be doing that the next time you have this encounter. Okay. We have stay optimistic about your love life. I am pretty sure this came out for every single group. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. You have soulmate. Yes, this is a soulmate. We picked up on that pretty early on in your reading. You have that extreme soul tie. And you have attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. This kind of says what we were just saying. Like, when you find that harmony within yourself, it's just going to meet you. Like, this love is just going to happen. This encounter is just going to happen, you know? And we have passion, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. That's the thing about this particular connection. You guys have a ton of passion and magnetism with each other, which is what I was trying to explain earlier, but like not using good words. I was trying to say, like, it's such an intense connection that there could be problems with it. You know, the more passion, the more fire there is, you know, the more issues may emerge. You know, the more fire there is, the more light there is, the more shadows will be revealed. And so, yeah, I feel like working towards unification is a really good goal, but in order to do that, you both got to stop like waiting for the other person. Like, this is a journey where you two will meet each other once you've met yourself at the bridge, you know, where your soul intended to be in this lifetime and is very comfortable in, you know. You're both natural born psychics, shamans, healers, etc. And I feel like for a lot of you, you haven't met this person yet in the physical. You've definitely met before, though, in different lifetimes or in spirit. And for others of you, you may have an idea of who this is. This may resonate with someone you've already met in the physical. And, you know, I'm not saying keep holding on to them if you're separated, but I am saying, you know, do the steps that we talked about in this reading, and they may be the one that shows back up for you a healed person, just as you show up as a healed person. Or it may be someone completely new. You never know. So beautiful reading. Oh my gosh, I loved this. Thank you guys for joining me. Leave your stories down below. I'd love to hear how this resonated for you. I need the tea. I live for the tea, okay? And also, if you have any ideas for future readings you want me to do, leave that in the comments as well. Like this video because it helps me out tremendously. And subscribe if you have not already. I try to do at least one pick a card reading a week, but oftentimes, you know, there's other videos in there somewhere. So definitely subscribe for that. If you want a personal reading with me, one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my intention oils there and my spiritual life coaching sessions there. And remember that this video is not being monetized, so all of the support there really means a lot to me, okay? Thank you guys. Bye-bye.